Good morning, Giants. Another wake up with Giants. Ryan Morris is back with us. Got his Dr. Pepper. That's awesome. First thing in the morning, you got to start it right.
One foot in front of the other, huh?
Some days, yes.
Or Dr. Pepper or Mountain Dew or whatever.
One caffeine in front of the other. I think every morning we'll talk about caffeine. So Ryan, what makes you happy, man?
No, there's a lot of things that make me happy. Seems like there's so much that's thrown at you in a day, in a news cycle, that it's super easy to lose track of that, to lose track of what is happy and good and right.
Yeah.
My family makes me happy. My purpose makes me happy. I missed the show a
Yeah.
lot, actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
I missed my League of Giants. I missed, those are some of the things that are important to me, and the people that are around me, my friends and my colleagues, are the ones that I like to be around. I've surrounded myself intentionally with certain people, and it was nice to go enjoy nature and find some of my zen with nature. But I do like my tribe. So
Yeah. Cool. So there's all these, people, experiences, things, that occur that just kind of build this satisfaction, this contentment with your life. Is that accurate?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
I think there's this idea of happiness. We think about happiness, and it's so easy to get hung up on the negative that's going on. You see the media hyper focus on one thing, and then it feels like the whole world's falling apart. But we're not the first ones to go through hard times in history. And going all the way back in time, there's people who have struggled but still found a way to be happy, to be content. My brother was telling me about the Gulag Archipelago.
hmm
Have you heard of that? I've maybe butchered the title on that.
yeah, I've heard a little bit.
It's about the Russian gulags, and this guy, he couldn't have books or access to books, so his way of creating happiness was to memorize the books in the library that he did get a chance to read, and then he wrote this entire book in his mind. And when he got out of the gulags, he wrote it. And guys like that, guys like Viktor Frankl, who lost all their freedom as we know it. They lost their chance to do all the things that we want to do, but they still found a way to adjust their attitude and their happiness. I'm inspired by them because that's the worst it could possibly get outside of dying, which might not be as bad as living in an environment like that.
Yeah, for sure. I think that it's easy for us to think, if I only have this or if I only have that, I'll when I become happy, when I get happy, when I get these things,
Yeah,
I'll be happy. Like when I'm a millionaire, or when I'm successful, I'll be happy. We talked about a little bit about this with Lamar, but no,
yeah,
you've got to find, and maybe even uh, list it out. You talked about gratitude the last little bit, and I think that helps you. I think when you stop and you pause and you think and list out loud, you encourage people to put 5 things down, in the comments about what you're grateful for, what you appreciate. And I think when you do that, you start realizing that there is more good than bad. There's a lot to be thankful for, but then um, it also changes your attitude a little bit.
yeah, yeah. It
And I think
does.
a lot of it is perspective and attitude. And if you can change those things, you can find happiness in almost any situation. you can find negative in any situation too. We were on the river fishing. We're in Wyoming. This place is absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. High mountains, uh, huge pine trees, beautiful river, birds, all kinds of nature, just deer coming right up to our camp. And we're out in the middle of this river and we're fishing along, and one of the guys had to hike through a bunch of willows, and he came out so mad, like it just frustrated the heck out of him because they were thick. It was hard to walk through. He just came out just so mad at the willows and his situation. And I'm like looking
Yeah.
around, I'm like, I'd rather be lost in the willows for a couple hours than go to work any day of the week. No offense, work. But
Yeah.
I paused for a second. I'm like, look where you are. He's like, oh, you're right. And he realizes a little bit later, and maybe he just was a little hangry or needed a Snickers. But you can get spun up in just about any situation. I mean, if you were in the middle of heaven and something bad happened, I don't know if something bad happens in heaven, but maybe you could, if you didn't find, if you didn't look around and fix your attitude.
It really is. I mean, we're talking willows. He attached his anger to willows. And how often are we doing that? We might say it's this group or that group or this belief or that belief, but it's all willows in a form. It's like we're projecting our anger, our frustration on something outside of us, which keeps us from looking at our own attitude about the whole thing. I want to talk about the word happiness and what it means going into it. Like that word means come to pass. It's to happen. It comes from the same word as happening, chance. And so it's not meant to be permanent. And so it's like eating a donut. Man, I love donuts, but you eat that donut and it's gone. And it's like, man, my life's over. I ate my donut, it's gone, but it's all about that experience. And what it does, I love this definition of happiness, is that happiness isn't meant to be permanent, because if it was permanent, if our ancestors had killed an elephant and they were permanently happy, they'd never go out and hunt again. And so the impermanence of happiness is what drives us to the next happiness and the next contentment. It's like eating. You're only satisfied for so long before you get hungry again. Happiness is like that hunger. It's what drives us to be content again, to do that thing. But it's not, like you said, Lao Tzu said that it's not the way, it's not the place you get to, it's the path. Happiness is the way. You choose it as you go, but it's not a destination out there.
Yeah, for sure. I agree 100%.
100%.
Maybe 99.9.
It's like a COVID joke. I would tell it to you, but there's a 99% chance you won't get it. But anyway, Viktor Frankl, he said everything can be taken from a man except for one thing, his attitude. And so we get to choose that. And I feel like you're hitting that on the head with like that guy, that example of you're out in the middle of nowhere. It's beautiful. Everybody's having a good time. You're not. You're blaming the willows.
Yeah. And he recognized it, and he's a giant, by the way. I got a picture I got to show you. He's a big dude.
Yeah.
And, oh yeah. And he was fantastic.
So it really is like below his knees are hitting the willows, and he's like up above it. He's like, damn that chin.
Yeah. Tripping up here. Meanwhile, I'm like in the willows, like
you're up to your neck in it. Like I can't see. Whistling a tune. I can hear Ryan whistling. Like
in fact, I got dropped off. Paul went down lower, much lower. In fact, he went 3.5 miles lower, and we were supposed to meet at the road at 1. Well, he dropped me off about 10:30, and I started fishing, and the river had forked off in so many directions that the little path that I was following essentially dried up. And I'm like, there's no more river left. So I hiked back to the road, and I proceeded to have to hike down to him, I walked 3.5 miles in fishing boots. And that's exactly what I did. Is I put on some music and sang a tune and said, "Man, look at this place. You know, what a great place to take a walk
Yeah.
in waders."
You could have turned that around so easy. Like, these damn boots, these aren't made for hiking. These boots were
Boots ain't made for walking. That was gonna be my punchline.
I stole it from you.
Yeah.
You just throw in music. And so that's the thing is, the times that I suffer the most is when my attitude sucks. It's like I eat a donut. It's like, damn it, my donut's gone. Versus I got to enjoy that. That was awesome. It's meant to go away so that I'll pursue another thing that makes me happy. So don't look at happiness as a permanent thing.
Yeah. Change your attitude, gosh dang it.
Gosh dang it. Get on it.
Gosh darn it.
Cool. What else do you have on thoughts for that?
Drink more Diet Dr. Pepper and cream soda because it's pretty good.
Man. It is good. It is straight sugar. So good.
This one is artificially flavored.
Yeah. Is it?
Because it's diet.
It's got beaver butt in it.
I don't know what it is. It's pretty good, but it's still diet.
Yeah, nice. Well, guys, thanks for being back with us. Here we go again.
Uh-oh. What a wave. It'll be the longest wave.
Yep. Oh, yeah, that's right. We'll go ahead and end the show. I'm going to let Ryan wave for an hour before I end it. Yeah, just kidding. We're not ending yet. Hey, go check out our new shirts. I've got one.
I saw that.
We thought you'd be back last night. Zach was going to show up with the "I Am a Giant" shirt on. And you'll be like, "Where's mine?" But I ordered you one, and it's on the way, so it's coming to your house. So,
hey, thanks.
But go to our store, check out our merchandise, get the book. Big thing right now is our affiliate program that we've set up, which is awesome. Do you want to tell them a little bit about that?
So, from my understanding, we set up a code so everybody that can go and register and become an affiliate. And from my understanding, the first book, you get $5 a book. So it's 25%, right?
Yeah, 25%. So depending on what you sell it for. Yeah,
on the book, and then also it can go a couple of levels deep. This is network marketing, but it's you get paid to tell somebody else about it, and then if they tell people, you get a little bit for opening up your mouth. And what did you figure that was? $1, a book?
Yeah. So if you had 3 friends and one of those friends bought or sold a book, they'd get $5, and your other friend would get $1 and you'd get 50 cents. But but if you sold a book, you'd get $5 and somebody else would get $1 and somebody above them might get 50 cents. So we want to make it so it's profitable, but geez, look at that word. Profitable. But you could use it for raising funds for a fundraiser. You can use it for charities. If you have a favorite charity and you want to put a link together for that charity, that money will go right to that charity. And that's an option. If you don't want to earn money on the book, that's okay. You don't have to. So there's a way that we can put funds towards people that could use it. And there's no limit. We don't cap it. And it's just on the books that we're going to do that. The other merchandise will be limited. But as far as books go, you can get paid 3 levels deep, which is pretty awesome. Yeah. Just for sharing the book.
There's people that have 1,000+ followers on Instagram. Congratulations, Nicole.
So that's awesome. See, there's a way.
Yeah. You can make $5,000.
It is the way. Cool. Guys, thanks for being on with us. Make it a giant day. Stay giant. We'll see you in the next video.
Bye, guys.
There goes the longest ending.
The Willows.
Yay.